map where if Big pick it up, we go the distance. We get all the maps. We get everything we possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Can either team depend on it? Because it's just been so inconsistent. This matchup at G2 Big, not just here, but in the past, won't hang around forever as G2 come in from lower tunnels. Lots of utility for G2. Tizian spotting the first. Can't afford to go down here as he's one of the two men with util and the kit as well. Searson flashed up on Catwalk. Big flashes have been inconsistent at best as Tabson blinds Searson there, and he will go down.
The site. He's going to have his work cut out for him. Tizian is a car and can offer supportive flashbangs to help Tabson out. However, two players have already dropped into CT, and Tabson wasn't able to deal with Kenny, but Tizian, what? How's he managed that? He just picks up 3. We don't catch any of them, but there were players in CT. There were players on Cat. Tizian should have been dead to rights.
Even if you don't have the util to clear car like a molly from long, you're going to spam it with your AKs. But because it's the pistol, G2 only have Glocks. They can't spam the car. It won't do anything. So, yeah, it's a great position to hide behind. You have good cover. You're not going to get mollied out. And you certainly can't get spammed. So the spot for the pistol play as Tizian comes in clutch. Fast play for G2 is pretty standard. No util, no investment at all. And they're going to run up Cat to try and get this bomb planted. Good luck, though. Made mincemeat by Big. You'll often see CT teams just trying to give these fights up.
Oh, yeah. Searson's trying his hand at this mid aggression with the scout. Searson's a scary scout player. Like, he really is. So, you know, G2, they still have to be careful, even though it is the Orps' baby brother down here in mid. G2 setting up over here towards Catwalk and Long. Amanek is down in the lower tunnels, but he's not sticking around. He's rotating up into middle. This is looking like it wants to culminate in another one of these A plays, and Tabson going aggressive. That nade is going to find some good damage early on in this round. G2, they're not exactly leaving Big. But the problem is that you don't have any tunnels control. And so for G2, this isn't a case where, you know, they can just bail out on a whim and head towards this B site. And now matters get made even worse with Tizian pushing Long, dealing with Jax, and getting away with an AK. G2 going to try and flash these players out through the catwalk. And Searson is the man responsible with dealing with this CT push.
Oh.
He's going to nail the shot on a Nexa. And G2, they bottlenecked the Cat. They've had to stop. The kills just aren't presenting themselves. Amanek's got to do it all on this long wrap. He gets the first, spots Searson, but isn't able to land the killing.
They wanted to have. Amanek comes in later as a result, far too late to have any impact other than a kill, which, well, has no impact. And also the scout shot, the headshot to Nexa and Spawn. If that's a body tag from Searson, Nexa gets away with a kill on the ramp, undoubtedly, and G2 can cause chaos in that site for Searson. What a quick shot, and for it to connect to the head with the scout as well, that had to happen. That needed to happen there for Big, so Searson does everything we need and more. He's got the AWP as well. He's got the reward of winning that round. Definitely going to keep our eyes on that as it sits on long currently. G2 taking more mid control. The bomb in tunnels this time. They can go for a mid to be with the util they have, but that's a good grenade. Dropping Jax early. G2, they've left Huns. They've gone back towards middle. Seems like Hunter's going to pop flash them out through the doors, but you can see Big, they get a kill and they fall back. They play standard setups. They don't go aggressive and give G2 a way back in. Tizian is going to get smoked off in Spawn, and Xantares can just pivot from the window, assisting into middle.
Tizian's going to get smoked off. Now this B site getting pressured. Xantares isn't able to stand his ground, and this player at tunnels gets tapped down by the tech on Amanek. Amatek, more like, am I right? Hunter over here at short side looking for this frag on attack. The Tech 9s are just doing damage. It's a 3-on-3, but just barely. And there's still a like Amanek is 2 HP, and he's just flinging around the map, taking these fights with an MP9. Big, they're gonna save. They back out of the round. That is devastating. That is a horrible way for this B site to fall apart. And G2, they go, guys, why were we even playing Catwalk when we could just walk into B with Tech 9s and own the site in this fashion?
I mean, yes, Xantares, he gets no kills from the window, but not all his fault, right? Amanek runs through the door, Molotov, with a tech and kills Xantares immediately.
They want to go for it. Keto nails the first shot with the AWP, and Xantares follows up. At this point, with a man advantage, Xantares doesn't have to keep taking these peaks if he doesn't want to. Hunter gets burnt out by the molly. They hear this, and Searson, as a result, finds him. Zantares was flashed in, and they're trying to deny
early rotate because G2 went silent. And that is the danger on a map like Dust. If you go silent in the opening 20 seconds, it's almost obvious if Big play the way they do, right? They had long info, they had mid info. Well, where can they be? Tunnels or T-spawn. So yeah, Big pretty aware, pretty predictable. And G2 back to pistols. Should surely be a 5th round for Big, although I say that G2's 1 round is one with similar weaponry. Up Cat they go, 2 flashes on Kenny, can pop them around the corner, but not only do we have Searson, who's really warmed into this series well, but tabseN as well in the elevator, ready to stop them.
Ooh, they get out short. That nade is going to really do some damage, and it just annihilates Kenny. Searson following up. Headshots Jax through the box. Good luck getting that bomb plant, G2.
In the grand final, this is where all your performances should be coming through, but Big have had every answer. Amanek has to smoke the molly. He's lost almost all of his health. A grenade would kill him, but he again ducks, darts, weaves, dives, however you want. He gets out of there alive. Big with a double setup on long. This is a well-timed boost as Tizian gets up top, but it should give away the fact that tabseN is also here. He'll back up from the corner. Tizian can do so much here as G2 will not be expecting a player in this off angle.
Smoke fading. Tizian only good for 1. Kenny gets that trade. tabseN here. Gonna get flashed, but he turns away. Searson responding with a flash of his own. Has to step up now. It gets Kenny off the angle just for a moment, but no kill is found for Searson on this orb. G2, they're gonna mix things up a bit now. They leave long. They rotate away, and they look to hit this B bomb site. Amanek has been patiently holding on to these tunnels all round long. And so this kind of felt like it was maybe not the game plan, but it was definitely the fallback, right? Like if things don't go your way at long, if you don't get all these kills and you encounter resistance, you can go B. But to get into B, you got to get past Keto, and that might be easier said than done. The Molotovs missed, and Keto puts up a second before Kenny gets that trade. Jax and Kenny S coming into this B bomb site. Zantares is on a very lengthy rotation all the way through T-spawn. And so Searson, really, he couldn't afford to lose that fight, because now it's left Zantares in a 1v2. And while he is wrapping the tunnels a little bit faster than G2 might expect, this is something they're surely going to be ready for now that that bomb is planted, and there's 2 crosshairs in the site able to hold down these angles. Zantares in with the peak. Damage onto Jax, and now just Kenny left to be. Oh, he's got up and over. Missed shot from Kenny, but Zantares was blind. He's going to flash himself back in. Tries it again. Face the shot.
Kenny, you can see Malik freaking out. This must mean a lot to G2 right now. They want this BO5, and they're going to try and take it fast and furious. Zantares so flashed out. He cannot see a thing. Not a bullet connecting. Jax overwhelms Keto, who is just as blind too. And guns gifted over to the Mac 10ers in B. G2 running the board in this round. Oh my, it just gets better and better. Or worse and worse, depends which side of the boat you're on. Nexa will eventually be dropped, but Big are going to get away with a couple of guns at the very least, by the looks of things, trying to blow the orb closer, or an AK rather. Whatever gun that was, it's not going to get much further with the HE. Amanek is here to clear it up. And while Big want nothing to do with it, they say you're welcome to it. Smoking off the doorway and trying to get away with their weaponry. Giving G2 3, though, and at least back and forth to begin the game. Harry, that's the one thing we've not had in either of these 2 maps, right? G2, they dominate the first half of Vertigo 10-5.
They love B, man. They love B. And you can't say you blame them. Keto's here to hold it with a USP. So good luck, pal. I'm really not favoring him here. Searson actually does get rid of Kenny through the door as he tries to survive the cross. Now, Smokes has come in for G2. Zantares tries to go in through the window, and that's to his demise. Already the save calls come in. It's critical that Searson gets away, and he doesn't. Amanek's having a stellar start to this map.
Bomb has been planted.
I love the B rushes from G2. I love that call, right? We saw this the other day. I can't remember. I think it was the FaZe Na'Vi game. Maybe you can remind me. Where we just saw, I remember it being FaZe just running B plays in like 4 rounds in a row to close the map, where they just couldn't do anything else. They had no answers. They had no ideas. Everything was getting countered. And then they just like chain ran B plays until the game ended. And that CT side they're up against never stacked B because they kept assuming, no, that's exactly what G2 are going to do again because it's so obvious. And now
G2 picked it up, but the one map that Big were able to take away was DUST2, and so they're looking to continue riding on that high. Searson flashed off, does delete Jax, Tizian here, and the flash from Searson is good. With that kill, he's dropped the bomb out into the open. Kenny's trying to maneuver through these smokes, and he snatched the bomb away. Well, sneaky Kenny S has retrieved the package.
It's Tabson, not the man you want to be fighting here if you're G2, but you don't have a choice in the 5-on-3. Nice teamwork there, finding Keto in the middle, and now they know there's a max 1 B player left, so they swap positions, they leave Amanek there, and Kenny and Hunter go wrapping through the tunnels. Xantara's hiding from that position. It's smoked right now. G2 20 seconds, they can't wait forever. Tizian's in T-spawn. Big know exactly what's going on, but they don't know about the lurk. Amanek's dropped a man in middle. G2 gonna have to go. The Molotov is perfect. Xantara's can't move, but he won't burn out, he won't die, and they might think this position is clear. It couldn't be further from the truth. Hunter with the check, and that is so important. It allows the bomb plant, but the flank is so fast, Kenny doesn't hear it, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Ooh, Tizian, second kill in the round, and it all falls onto Amanek. Searson nails the shot, and he deals with the lurk player. Chance at a double AWP as well, and Big are going to take that with them into this follow-up round. So Tizian delivering on this flank. He has been stepping up in spades in this game, man. Like, you know, we look at this Big
one take call he had. Kenny's actually out and about with the smoke, and Big can't stop him as they run through the doors from G2. Dangerous at best, and Jax will trade for 1. That will at least keep the B players occupied
around. And so as a result of deleting this man down in middle, you know that these rotations into the A site are going to be a long way away. So they try and hit this site with some pace. Amanek drops into CT to try and cut off these rotations, and this is something he's been very proficient at for G2. There's a minute left, and they slow right down. However, you're not in a position where you can change your mind here if you're G2. They try and get back out of Cat, and in doing so, they throw themselves into the firing line. Next, they're at a 1v3, and with Keto holding down mid, this should be impossible. Nexa, this is such a horrible round to try and navigate. Now, there are 2 CT players for Big. Tizian holding CT while the rest of Big spread themselves out across either bomb site. This gives Nexa a bit of room to maneuver into this A side of the map. He's creeping up through Catwalk, and Big, they're completely discounting this right now. Now, even if he gets a bomb plant, it's still a far cry from picking up a round, right? Searson holding long, he's playing this position, and he can set up for a retake with the rest of his team. Nexa, deeper than Searson was ready for, and he taps him out of the round after sneaking underneath that crosshair. However, Tizian, fast up through short, represents a bit of a problem for Nexa, who gets blindsided.
That's a really nice try from Nexa. I love it. The stall, the late play, Searson going back to check long because he's a solo A player. That was really, really nice. And you can see the game plan there. Big didn't fall for it at all, and that's crucial, right? Dropping a player into CT spawn, that's a G2 classic. Jax was dead early, but they often put him in that position from that bomb plant. You wouldn't have had it otherwise. So armed and dangerous, but still the rounds in favor of Big. Kenny's going to hit the cross shot to tag Tabson. But ever since that back-to-back B rush for G2, Big have run the same setup, which is double B and 1 up in middle. If G2 start working this one out, they can fast cat. They can start to try and throw a spanner in the works, because right now they're just running their same default, and Big have just been in this exact same setup for 5 or so rounds now. This is one that does favour the cat take while you throw mid to B smokes, because you know you can keep Tabson adopted in the middle area, and therefore only Searson can be able to stop that short cross. But you know, he has been very good at that. He has been strong on the AWP, and he looks to make that so again.
Ooh, this decision to go aggressive. It's either going to make or break this round, and he catches Hunter setting up utility. Now falling back, and he's been given precious time to get back into this A site and just go through the motions on this AWP. He'll remove another man. The flashes are good. They're denying Searson these repeats. Oh, but he's in with a third. The moment the flash is clear, Searson continues to light up this scoreboard. He knows that Kenny is trapped the Gandalf, and Searson is on for the ace. He doesn't get it.
This default setup, and none of the standard things that we often see from G2 on this map are happening. Maybe that's a case of, you know, them knowing the Big know their game plan and have done their homework, but also just the rounds are being won by G2. I'd love to see more aggressive cat takes, dropping Jax into CT, faking the mid to B, None of that has been happening here for G2, not at least in the early round, right? They often scramble in 3-on-3s, 3-on-4s, and throw that utility. But Big, when you're in an advantage like that, when at a 4-on-3, you don't need to heavy rotate, you don't need to gamble. You can just stick 2-2 and wait for the bomb plant. And that's really what Big have been doing. Once again, this time, tabseN is leaning even further to B. This is the first time we've seen that in a while. He's often been on the CT side of things. So this is a good round for G2 to hit Cat. But syrsoN, as said, always a nuisance, always considering it. Rotates back to the car, and now he's watching.
Oof. Well, Jack's there. He made the call, like, guys, I'm out in mid. They don't know. I'm about to do something sick. And G2, they actually started to peel off of Catwalk. And they don't realize it, but if they do try and go for the B play here, which certainly looks like is something they're considering, then they're walking into the most stacked site. They think they've done something smart, and really they've played into the hands of Big. It's a little bit ugly for tabseN, and still not that getting very pretty, as he is still alive, just about. And G2 going to go back up into the Catwalk, but to their deaths. Kenny on B5. Are you gonna dream? And yeah, they dump all this utility, but the real goal is not looking like this Cat play. And I thought maybe we were gonna see someone like amanek drop into CT, but that's not the decision that's made. He just reroutes back into middle. tabseN gets one through the smoke. Now Centaurus has to make a stand, and here in the window, they'll put up one, but that's it for him. Keto removing both players to try and get in through the window. And this leaves amanek 1v4, looking for the fight onto tabseN.
Makes everything so much harder as Big win the trade game like they often do. Really well poised in this matchup. 1 round left of the half. A fast play up Cat. A quick one indeed. There's no ult to stop it. TiZiN has to. He's up to 14 kills. He's having a great game. And he's got as much HP as well. The plant already put down for G2. I haven't seen a bomb plant in a century for this team, but they will get it done. syrsoN's playing retake on long. tabseN's coming from the spawn. amanek's made noise. And Keto might have heard it here. He might be able to swing this with the Deagle and keep Big up by a man once again for the retake.
Oh, Kenny gets deleted back in the site. It's Nexa and Hunter, the two last hopes for G2. Centaurus up through the ramp is flashed in by syrsoN. And now a 2v1. Hunter has had a pretty uncharacteristically quiet game here on DUST. This would be the clutch to win. They tap the bomb, evade the shot. Hunter swings wide and does get the kill. I don't think there's any time now. I think Hunter has secured a 5th round at the very, very least. 5-1 map advantage for G2. Big have fought tooth and nail to get this.
Bangs, the smoke's already down, but right now G2 are conceding the site. Kenny is the only one who wants to risk his life to fight for it, and it might be worthwhile with a flash from Big comes at a perfect time. Keto with 1. Jack's through the smoke. A pistol king indeed. He's got 2. He can't find 3. Keto's done exactly that and more. And Hunter and amanek now in a 2-on-2.
Yeah, well, we see a smoke. G2 see a doorway to turning this pistol around. 2 players push through and they find a lot. Big, they're trying to sneak away. They're trying to get out of the A site, but I don't think G2 are going to let them leave.
Oh, Catwalk flashing into this position and taking it late.
Jax's MP9. I thought it was going to get away with a bit more there as it shreds the first man in. They weren't able to follow up. So now for G2, they try and aggress onto Cat, but
wow.
Oh dearie me, Centaurus and TiZiN, they've wrecked the 2 short players that were trying to get aggressive, and now Big sit in a 4-on-2. TiZiN even landing a bit of chance damage in through the smoke. And G2, do they even want to attempt this one? It feels like they have more to lose than to gain for going for it. And TiZiN, with his pesky Deagle, brings amanek down very, very low. Isn't able to find the kill, but that really does solidify the save at this point for the G2 squad. They're trying to get this M4 out, but the M4 doesn't survive. And amanek's UMP is like barely even worth saving. The real object of desire there was holding on to that M4. And TiZiN's not missing a beat.
Yeah, this is the same issue that G2 had in the last map, rather, which locked them out of winning Nuke, locked them out of any chance to make that game competitive away from this French team. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. Mirage is the final map of this series. That's where Big are trying to get us there, and they're trying to get us there fast.
Hunter's got his work cut out for him. The flashes just leave him completely blinded, and Keto hopping into the site makes quick work of him. syrsoN trying to hold down the flank with this scout. Oh, it's not the ideal weapon for the range, but he's making it work. This scout in Searson's hands is so gross. And Nexa, while he does get that kill, it's ultimately meaningless for the G2 side. He's trying to retreat, and Big, they're even hunting him. Like, he's got nothing to offer. You know, like, he's literally just trying to stay alive with the Deagle and Zatara.
Backline, but Big are about to realize when they get the A side for free, they're going to go, wait, where are G2? They've got to be behind us, and that's exactly where they are. Nice shot from Searson. One more on the catwalk, but the triple flank is being held. Out of here,
Tizian, yeah, he's padding these stats. He loves it. He's trying to bomb the HLTV rated up, and he's giving it his damnedest.
We're just the full distance in this BO5, and I'm honestly against all odds as well, Harry. Right? Like, oh, I love this from Searson. Pushing through. What a mad lad. Brokey did the same for FaZe the other day, just out of nowhere. No flash, nothing to give away the fact that you're doing it, and Searson gets away with the kill. He almost finds a second on the jump as well. Tizian's holding for the long aggression. It's not going to be the gun for the job here before he dies. That could be huge, but a brilliant grenade from Nexa will respond, Harry.
Yes, indeed. Bit of a tongue twister. And Tabson's not in the business of twisting tongues. He's in the business of locking down the A bomb site. Now, this leaves Hunter and Jax in this 2-on-4 that they're likely not even going to attempt. Like, Jax is still at long, but he's not in a position where he can do anything. So he's going to try and fall out of the round. Hunter is holding onto this M4 in mid, but Big, they've been very proactive in trying to take these guns away, right? They're not giving G2 these situations where they're able to keep the pressure on and they're able to keep reinvesting on the back of saving weapons, because Big just don't give you that privilege. They hunt them down. And in this round, once again, a man who's been synonymous with hunting these saving players down is Centaurus. This guy, he deserves the in-game name of Hunter, because that's exactly what he's been doing. Tizian and Searson have 2 more kills than all of G2 combined. Like, it's wild. And Tizian's going to keep adding to that little stat here. And that's the thing, right? Like, you go into this grand final, you're already a map down, you lose Vertigo in a very dominant fashion, and it's like, at that point, Big, we had to win 1 map to take this grand final once we got off to a good start. And well, now that pressure that was all kind of leaning against Big and working in G2's favor has turned against them in a very big way. This round is a real write-off. There's not much that can be done. Hunter in the 1v4 might be able to deny a bomb plant. He's waiting in this smoke. Now, he does have like the element of surprise, but there's just so many players here in this site.
7 right now, so quite the comparison, quite the change. And Big, oh dear, they want it all. They want the map. They've run into B, off of contact. They've gotten 2 kills with only a trade, and the bomb is joining them late.
When Tizian's spotting the rotations from T-Spawn, he's seeing a player crossing. Flashes go in, and G2 try and beat Big to the punchline by just peeking ahead of this one. But Centaurus is not in the mood for having this game go on any longer than it needs to. He deals with both the players that were flashed in as is in mid, because who else would have thrown in the flashbang? And so as he tries to get in, he burns in the Molotov. He's brought down low. The bomb is dropped at the door. Centaurus has been able to retrieve it. Jax, this is a very, very rough spot. He gets set up in the window. Tizian is watching it from the back of the site, and he's going to nail the shot. Big, they lock in Mirage.
I'd like to say for G2, this is a map they should be